Well, here we go. Here we
Work
go.
one, fam. Work one. What's going on,
Don't know
boss?
how you holding up. Any wins on the pokies last night?
Nah, it was a tough cop. It was a tough cop. No, let's not sugarcoat the situation. It was a tough cop. It was yeah, I don't know what happened. I think that's the issue with the pokey room. I think if it wasn't
There's
located
a
at a
reason they pay multiple waitresses to stay there all night to
well, yeah,
keep it
yeah,
open.
yeah, well,
Is all I'm gonna say.
most definitely, and they are very, very nice for obvious reasons, probably to try and try and
I
convince
was
people to
thinking that
stay.
last night. Or I don't even know. I just when we were there were a few old degenerates there, and like we were just keeping to
Some
ourselves for
proper
once.
DJ and some proper
But then
DJ.
they're just there, and literally like their job is just to babysit like the waitresses' jobs. Often they're like these very quiet, like immigrant ones as well. Like they have the white ones at like the pub bar. Then they always just have like Asian or Indian, very quiet, like ladies
In
there,
the VIP lounge. Like,
the VIP lounge. And their job is basically just to babysit these old dudes
mm,
and just like
yeah,
keep them alive so they can keep betting. Don't kick them out, but also make sure they don't like basically deal with their harassment and just keep them in there betting.
yeah. I think it's probably virtually impossible unless you start a fight to get kicked out of VIP lounge. It's like
Yeah.
you could be like falling over, you could be toppled over. They'll just be like drink some water, relax, but they're not going to kick you out. They'll be like just drink some water,
No.
relax, but stay here. You'll be safe. Stay here.
And
They
it's in
won't
the
call
girl's
you.
interest to keep you in because she'll get a tip
Oh, 100%.
if you win. If you
Mm.
win.
If you win, which evidently we did not. It was yeah, like I was gonna say before, I think it's if the pokies weren't in an establishment that sells alcohol, the pokies business would run out of money quite quickly. Because the only reason why we kept playing is because we were drunk and we just were like, fuck it. That's literally the only reason we played.
It's also like a match made in heaven, I think. Like if you are at a pub, like one of the reasons I don't like just going to a pub and that's it is because that's you run out of activities. There's no
Mm.
new people to meet. Often the bar's shut. If there's nothing on TV, the sports wise, it's like, oh, now you're in trouble. Thankfully we had the election last night, but we can talk about that later. But like
Mm.
you get to a point and you're just like, okay, now I'm sourced to no clubs around, no
No.
other people around. The only activity is this. So then your mind's like, all right, well, my drunk mind needs something to do. And then it's just like, bam, you're in there.
Yeah.
And then you're in there and you want to keep drinking because you're in there. And now it's a repeatable cycle and you just stay there.
Yeah. And then think about like the appeal to go into a club. Let's say like besides trying to hook up with someone, which is obviously probably the biggest appeal, besides that, it's loud music, loud
Nice
noise,
music.
a lot of
It's fun.
stimulation. You're stimulated a lot when you're at a club. And that's what the poker
Yes.
room gives you when you're playing. You're stimulated. There's loud noise. There's all these different characters coming up. Things are happening. You're winning money. You're losing money. You're like, well, how am I winning money? Like, this doesn't make sense. Whatever. I won this way last time. Now I'm not winning this time. You're gambling. Like, that's what I mean. There's so much stimulation that you can get from the poker room.
That's why you can have like those huge sessions there.
Mm.
Like, didn't we like we had the pub across the road from where our friend lived, like we would have prostitutes go in there, spend all their money, and they look for a guy in there to go back to their brothel to then do something to get more cash to come back. Like
Yeah,
people just fall into a trance with pokies and they can just go on like it's like FIFA for like degenerates. You
it
can have like
is.
long sessions.
And like we didn't lose a lot of money. Like $40 is not a lot of money realistically.
But it's still like
But it's like
dumb.
yeah, our friend had to take an Uber that was $30, right? So in that essence, he really
Yeah.
outlaid $70 when he could have just gone home and probably saved $10.
Yeah, I agree. So it's expensive. Also,
Very
what I was
expensive.
gonna say is like just in general, like the whole game, like because algo it's also a match made in heaven because gambling makes you gamify your money. One of the things I had this realization at a blackjack table was basically like I was up, turned 50 into 80, and I was just like, I don't really know how that works, but I remember I was up something close to 80 to 100 from 50, something like that. And I thought I'm done. And then I thought, oh, like my friend was like, oh, I want to keep going. So I was like, fuck. All right. And he was like, yeah, that's cool if you can sit up. And then I was like, no, you don't just leave your mate alone on blackjack. You're hanging him out to dry. If your mate's going on blackjack, you have to get in with him. You have to gang up on the house. You got to fly with your brothers. So I went, okay, all right, I'll do it. And in like 5 minutes or less, I was back down to like 25. And I was like, oh. And I was like, I'll call it a day now. And then I was like, no, I'm going to try to win it back. Got up to 40, then lost it all. But in that moment, I realized I was like, holy shit, like I just threw away $100. And it's just like imagine like you go to buy something and you're like $100. Whereas when you're gambling, $100 is just like these little chips. You're like, oh, it doesn't matter. I've lost 4 chips. I'm down $100. And then when you mix that like ability to like gamify money so it doesn't really matter, and you add that to when you're drunk. Think about when you're drunk, you'll buy anything. Oh, $15 for a taco. Where can I sign? Like, so you mix those two together, and that's where the power of the pokies comes in.
Yeah. And it is
I
really
think that's
like
what it is.
there's like no rhyme or reason either. I remember like I was probably the one that was saying like, you know what, let's just go home. And then the other guys,
One of the unexpected people.
yeah,
really wanted to go
the
home.
unexpected people. He wanted to keep going. He was like, oh, do I keep? And the way he kept justifying was like, it's only like 40 minutes of work, right? Now I only
That
lost
is so dumb.
40 minutes. But then that's what I mean. The justification. This is the drunk justification in any situation. Like when you're drunk, trying to, I don't know. You're like, oh, I'd rather walk home than catch a bus. Like, you know, you do some stupid stuff when you're drunk. But yeah, he was justifying it like, it's like a 1 hour of work that I lost, right? But you would never think of that in any other circumstance. Like, think about when you're buying a meal, right? When you buy, like, would you buy a $40 meal? No,
Lunch?
Like,
no,
like,
because
mate,
I
that's
don't
like
want to use 40 minutes of work.
it's like imagine like you go on your lunch break and it's like I just wasted an hour work on like 10 minutes worth of food that I ate. And it's like, was it really worth it when I could have just had like a meal, or I could have just made my own meal, just like made something from home and then brought it to work.
Mm.
But when it's gambling, gambling is completely different because you're like, oh, you know what? It was only like a day's work. Like, who cares?
The funny thing about the pokies though is the pokies, you know, you're not gonna win. Like the pokies is like know you're not. Like you are not. No one goes to the pokies going. But that's hopefully I can double this.
That's all gambling.
No, I think sports betting. You go. No, I think I know. No, I genuinely think this will happen. Whereas no one genuinely, when someone wins on the pokies, it's like, oh my God, I don't know. So it has this ability just to get people just to sign away money. Even going to the casino, you go play blackjack. You're like, I genuinely think I have a shot. If I have 4 mates at a table, it's 4-on-1. We can make money. You can't do that with the pokies.
Yeah, you can. No, yeah, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no system. Like I remember we were doing like when you gamble on the money and you like go red or black and like, oh, I think I figured it out. I think you have to go red, black, black, red. It's like, mate, there's no logic to this. It's just you just get lucky.
There's nothing more frustrating than seeing someone go black or red and they keep switching and you're like, mate, just like no, like they go red twice in a row and then they go black. And all of a sudden now it's black. It's like, yeah, it's 50-50. Odds are that it won't go 3 in a row, the same one. You just like, mate, settle down.
Yeah. But to be fair, though, one of our mates, he was on fire on that one, to be fair. Like we were there longer than we should have been with the amount of money we had. Like we played for a long time. So like we like squeezed out a good amount of money during a time period.
So you were like $40 and you got maybe 2 hours. What time did you guys go home?
We got kicked out. We were there till closing. That's how long. Like
2
a.m. Yeah. So whenever.
How did they kick you out? Who kicked you out?
They're just like, oh, we're closing. Like we're closing in 5 minutes. Like we're closing the establishment. We're closing.
Oh my God.
We want to go home, and we're like, I guess if you guys are gonna go home,
you the only ones there, or the other degenerates there?
No, there was like those 2 other degenerates there, but they were just drinking. Yeah. They weren't gambling. That or they lost all their money, which I assume they did actually.
Probably,
most likely, if not 100%.
We had the election on though. We had the final results. That was like really. Were you surprised? For people that don't know, Labour won the election.
Walking into the pokey room and that they've got the Albanese press conference going on. Yes, I was quite surprised. But I guess But I guess it technically is like it was live though, so it's not like it's just something that's been on rotation. Like this is like a live event.
It's happening now. Yeah, we have a new prime minister now. It's pretty. Big, I guess.
I mean the actual coverage. Like when you walk in, it's not like you're watching like the Mavericks game and it's on repeat. Like I've already seen this. It's like this is a new thing that's happening, and realistically, at least for our generation, because we're in our 20s, it's quite a significant like part of our lives. This political
This dude is going to take us through world wars. He's going to take us through a recession. He's going to take us through incredible inflation, possibly stagnation,
massive technological change.
Do I think he's a man for the job? No. Do
Uh,
I
you-
do I feel confident in any of those guys doing this? No.
I've been saying, like I said yesterday, he looks like he got bullied in high school. So I don't think you should get the job. I think you cannot look like you got
What?
bullied. I don't think you. If you look, if I look at you and be like, you probably got picked on. No, I don't
Elon
accept that.
Musk probably got picked on.
That's why he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be running the world. He shouldn't
What
be.
difference does that make? You'd rather like
You
a
think
Donald Trump who was a bully?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you should be a bully either. But do you think Obama was getting bullied? No, Obama was a don. Let's be honest. He was
Fuck
probably a
yes.
He
Was
wasn't getting
black
bullied,
in like the
boss.
70s. Yeah, he got
That's
bullied.
not bullying, mate. That's racism. It's different. I'm talking about bully getting picked on because it's just like, oh, like you're like
Isn't
scrawny,
bullying
like
halfly racism?
not really. That's
Half
different.
the reason any bullying that I received in my growing up life was almost 100%
But that's more. That's more. But that's the
I
thing.
have
That's more.
Asian features in my
That's more.
face.
What do you think? Albanese is getting bullied for racism? No, he's getting bullied because he's like he looks nerdy. He's scrawny.
No, you'll be surprised, dude. Some of these, like Tony Abbott apparently was a fucking retard at review. Everyone says that he was the biggest dickhead around. And like you look at him and you're like, this guy looks like an absolute idiot. He looks like he looks get bullied. But apparently he was the
I don't
biggest
know.
dog,
I could see Abbott being a bit of
like
a,
the
bit of,
rudest guy.
I could see him be a bit of a d bag. I could see that. Same as ScoMo. ScoMo looked like he was a bit of a d bag.
ScoMo, but you know what? Abbott looks like a D-bag in a way that I can kind of get around it. ScoMo looked like a D-bag. I'm just like, just fucking shut the fuck up.
He looked like he was like the
You know what I'm
kid
saying?
it would be annoying in class. Like, mate, you have nothing to offer you. Can you just shut up?
Exactly. Whereas Donald Trump was like, I reckon he'd be annoying, but it's like, hey, his dad's rich, he's massive, and he's
Yeah.
kind of funny. Whereas ScoMo, you just like, just kill yourself, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
you're a loser, bro.
Like even like Tony Abbott, you probably like he might have been good at like some sport. Like at least he's like the guy that's good at
He was
swimming.
school captain.
Yeah, so
He
like,
was smart. He was the smartest kids, and I think he was an athlete.
yeah, and no, he was like a Rhodes scholar as well. Like he's very
He's a smart cunt. Yeah.
He's a smart cunt. Yeah, so that's what. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like, do I know a lot about Labor's policies? Not really.
No.
Not really. And I think it's really I think it's like an indication of where we are.
They're not
Like,
going to be good. I'm going to tell you this right now. Look, the Liberal one
They
was not
can't.
going to
They
be good.
can't. No
This
one
one
can be
as well,
good.
not
No
gonna
one can
be
be
good.
good. It's like you said. It's they've been literally thrown a hospital pass. It's like what can you do?
Yeah, it's a bit of a poison chalice because we are going to recession with inflation.
Mm.
So it's going to be really interesting to see what they do because, like, if they raise interest rates and shit goes, they're going to have to lower them again. But then inflation's going up. Next
Yeah.
minute, we're Venezuela.
Yeah, we're in a very very tricky situation, especially because
The inflation is fucked now.
here,
we say it like
talking about
everywhere.
Venezuela.
No, just in Australia, dude. Sushi rolls are at $4.20 now, I think, at least.
Dude, the burritos went up in price. They used to be $10.
Burritos are
$12.
like almost at $12. Yeah.
When did this go to $12?
You have to pay extra if you want lettuce. You want lettuce in your burrito. You have to pay 50 cents extra.
Lettuce, that's like water.
That's like-
I'm basically putting water.
They have to do something about like even public transport. Like they really do have to do something about this inflation. So it's going to be interesting. But like, all the indexes are going down as well. So what you cut the economy in a time where it's already starting to struggle a bit.
And
Who knows?
And yeah, the cost of living just keeps increasing, and
Cost of living's going up.
and the rate of which people's income is increasing is not the same, obviously. So,
I'm going to be honest. I think we need to produce an America-style trade. You know how America, and they're getting fleeced in this trade. They're giving back an international arms criminal for Brittany Griner. In this trade with Russia, we need to start trading people. We need to start looking at people in society who aren't adding, and we need to start looking at countries that maybe don't have as much to offer. So, like, we need to be looking at Venezuela, right? Hardworking people, they will appreciate good life. We need to go to Venezuela. We need to say, look, we will give you X amount of X people who have X incomes or X amount of
It's a bit mad, boss, what you
protests
say.
suspended. And we need to start trading. We need to start thinking outside of the box, mate. We don't have enough engineers. We need to start trading because
Oh yeah, no, we got to do the China
in underdeveloped
situation.
countries, universities are much better. I'm saying my throat. What I'm saying is, for example, Latin America, high standards of university. They got a lot of study there, a lot of study, no jobs. So why don't we trade some of the people here who maybe did go to university and didn't do anything with their lives, or like not that you have to go to university to do something with your life, but they dropped out and then they kind of didn't do much. They're menaces, maybe dole bludgers. Why don't we trade 20,000 dole bludgers in Australia for 20,000 Venezuelan engineering students? I think that would be a good trade. We throw some cash considerations in there as well,
Cash
make the
consideration.
deal work. You know,
Maybe
because
I think it could be a
you can't
three-team
have gold
trade.
bludgers when
Could be
you
a
got
three-team trade.
stagnation. Maybe a three-team trade. Maybe
At
you
a,
get maybe India in there. They have a lot of people,
they have a
a lot of
lot.
resources as well.
A
A lot of
lot.
resources. Maybe we should start sending. Maybe we should start saying, look, I don't know, China, you want people to build like all these places, you know, or Qatar. Why didn't we send our gold bludgers to Qatar?
What to build all the stadiums.
Why didn't, yeah, and then maybe in return we get some oil. I think that would have been good. We got to think outside the box here. You know, and you know, maybe with the Australians though,
You know, I actually don't mind that.
they would have been able to give because apparently the working conditions were terrible. Maybe the Australian tradies would have been able to say, no, look, you're not allowed this. This is not, this is up, isn't up to standard, it's not to standard. And then we could have saved lives as well. So we could have saved lives in Qatar. We could have increased economic development in Australia. I think we need to start getting creative.
Yeah, with the working condition, I don't think Qatar would give a fuck what we say. Like, oh, mate,
That is true.
they're like, oh, can I have my smoko now? It's 9 o'clock. I need to have my 15-minute smoker. They're like, mate,
Smoker, is that where we burn the dead bodies that fell off?
Oh.
Yeah, you can go to the smoker.
yeah,
That's what they'd say.
you want to go to smoker? Yeah, it's just through over there where all the other bodies are fucking dug up there. You go there.
Well, Qatar, you make a good time. Qatar is a mess, but like, that's why low key, Kylian Mbappe re-signed with PSG. I think there's something sus going on. I think something.
What did you see the terms? The terms are ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
300
there's
million
more to
euro
it.
signing bonus. 300 million.
No, I think it's 100 million signing bonus, 100 million each season. Oh, I don't actually know.
It's 300 million signing bonus, and then it's it's 100 million dollars a year after tax, and that like a 1 point. I think it's like 1.5 million. Like a week or something like that. 1.5 million.
Do you think he just sold himself for the money? Because I think he was forced into it. I think he was forced into
by who?
I don't know.
Do you think he's got like a bounty on his head that he didn't sign? He would get bought.
I genuinely believe that could be the case because the Raiders are killing these guys. Because basically, this is a huge matter of importance because Qatar want to sell PSG after the World Cup.
Way.
So they want him under contract as an asset. The French government need him and want him to develop football in France. So the French Prime Minister was in contact with Qatar with Kylian Mbappe trying to broker a deal. And I think from Kylian Mbappe's perspective, I've thought about this. You have seen every player you've ever met be happy before they went to PSG and after they left PSG, and be miserable when they were at PSG. You've seen Neymar basically admit he ruined his career for money. He wanted to go back to Barcelona. He only left Barcelona for the money. You see, Lionel Messi is so miserable at PSG. All the players at PSG are miserable. All of them wish they could leave. I think there is more to life than money. And it's not like Real Madrid were going to pay peanuts. They were going to pay him $100 million signing bonus as well. So, like, he was going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I believe
once you get to that level of money, it's sort of like semantics. It's all semantics at that point.
I think Real Madrid would have looked after him. His marketing bag's going to be insane. His marketing bag would have been bigger if he went to Real Madrid.
And how old is he? Is he 23, 22?
23.
So he's still got another big contract after this big contract.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And although, you know, PSG, they're giving him all that control, he's basically like incredibly set. He'll never have to worry all that. Whereas Madrid, if he plays badly, Madrid might want to get rid of him, all that stuff. Like, he's not as in control at Madrid. I genuinely think it's a possibility that there was something suspicious is going on, because there's a meeting between him and Pogba where they meet at the French camp, and he goes, how's the club going? Almost as a joke, almost as if he knows that Kylian Mbappe hates playing for Paris. And Kylian Mbappe goes, oh, I'm over it. I'm fucking so over it, dude. Like as if you saw a mate who's like been wanting to break up with his misso for like a year, and you go, how's the misso? And he goes, oh, I'm fucking. That's literally what it was. And I just don't see. I know it's a lot of money, but I don't see with what he's seen. Kylian Mbappe is very well educated. He seems like an incredibly smart guy. I don't think he would sell his soul for that money. I think there is a chance something sus is going on. Where maybe it's that the French.
I think it's just the money, man. I honestly just think it's just the money. Like, the money is so ridiculous.
All I'm saying is World Cup is in Qatar, and World Cup is in Qatar next season. If he's killing it for Real Madrid, are you feeling safe being in Qatar if you're Kylian Mbappe? leaving Paris for free? Are you really feeling safe?
Not.
I'm not saying anything.
I
I'm just
know.
saying.
I know what you're alluding to, but I feel like from a footballing decision, because he's still so young, the move is still available at any point. It's not like
In
now.
3 years, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's not like he's locked in and it's like, all right, game over, you're here forever. It's like, all right, I leave when I'm like 26, 27 in my physical prime, and I go to Real Madrid when I'm the man. Then there's no resistance.
I'm sure that's what Neymar thought as well. I'm sure that's what Marco Verratti thought as well. I'm sure that's what Leo Paredes thinks as well.
Yeah, but they're not. Mbappe's the best player in the world. They're not Mbappe. Like, I guess Neymar is the closest, but even
What I'm saying is they all like, oh, I can leave here one day, but I guarantee they won't.
I guess, but you know, if you're Mbappe, like, what does he want though? Is it just Champions League? Does he really just want? Because if he goes to Real Madrid, it's like, yes, like what more mystique do you get by playing for Real Madrid?
His career is empty at Paris. Winning the French league means nothing.
Yeah, like if he goes to Real Madrid and let's say they don't win it, like realistically, like they're always in the mix. But let's say he doesn't have a run like Ronaldo did, where they won 3 in a row and all this type of shit. Like, he would have to do something insane to become a legend of Real Madrid, correct? You have to do something insane.
Yes.
Well, if he wins one Champions League in PSG, he'll be a legend in French football forever. Like, he would be probably the best. They would think he's one of the best Frenchmen of all time. Better probably than Henri. If he wins
everyone
in
would
Paris,
also say
he won a World Cup.
He's already won a World
France,
Cup.
and if he wins the Champions League with PSG,
I agree, but you're talking as if it's like winning a Champions League for Liverpool or Tottenham, like an English team without real like super rich foreign money. Like, he's still winning it for an oil club.
Yeah, but I'm also, it's just, but it's for like the club though. Like, that's what, if he wins it for Real Madrid, it's like, what does that really mean? It's like Haaland going to Man City. It's like, if he wins,
can win a Ballon d'Or. He won't win a Ballon d'Or.
I think he can.
Unless he wins a World Cup.
That's what I mean. If he wins a World Cup or Euros and like doubles up.
French football as well, though. They give it out. Football France.
Yeah, exactly. So I do love the conspiracy side of things because it has a lot of legs. It has a lot of legs, but I think it's just about money, really. I think it's just about money. The money is ridiculous.
But his dream has been to play for Real Madrid. Has been to go over to Spain, expand his career.
Yeah, same as like Aubameyang. His dream was to play for Real Madrid. Then went to Arsenal. Now plays for Barcelona and doesn't care. Like Haaland, everyone thought he was going to go to Spain. He goes to Man City, and that's the thing.
He also took the money.
That's why I said. That's why I think it's the same move as Haaland. Haaland's not going to stay at Man City his whole career. He's gonna probably try and win the Champions League, maybe a Ballon d'Or, and then keep it pushing, go to Real Madrid after. Like, there's still opportunity to go to the big clubs after.
That's true. I won't be surprised if Mbappe ends up at Barcelona. Yeah. I mean, Real Madrid wouldn't have been happy with this. In 3 years' time, when he's a free agent, Barcelona will have probably the best midfield in the world. They'll have good players around him up front who will like work for him. Like Ferran Torres will be like the Benzema to his Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Like, they'll have that. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes there. Because he said, like the loyalty to Barcelona or Real Madrid doesn't fucking exist.
Yeah, the Real Madrid too. That on Real Madrid, you must be so filthy for Real Madrid. You miss out on Haaland, you miss out on Mbappe.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, yeah.
It serves them right, though. They're whistling Gareth Bale, who's won them 3 Champions Leagues, and like clapping Mbappe and get slapped.
I guess. But the whole Bale situation, I think, is self-inflicted as well. He's a bit of a dick about it.
Yeah, that like Gulf Wales Madrid thing. Like, why would he hold that up? Why would you hold that up?
It's so slow. But to be fair, though, Madrid did boo Ronaldo, so like they are a toxic fan base.
They kicked Ronaldo out. He wanted an extension. They didn't want to give it to him.
Yeah, toxic. But yeah, fuck Mbappe, big coin. Sure, that makes him the richest sports person, surely.
I don't know, because they haven't confirmed the numbers yet.
Yeah,
like they don't really know.
Because it's like Ronaldo and Messi still like in the top, like at least in the Forbes, they're like in the top 3 still, I think. Yeah,
because they get fat size and they got big marketing. Oh, Damien Cook is an absolute animal. Oh my god.
Yeah, but
watching that?
Yeah, they're getting slept, mate. Still,
they could still come back.
No, dude, the first half was ridiculous by Cam.
I know, but like, I mean, if they start throwing around, that's just insane try though.
Like
Daniel Cook is really good. He gets hella disrespected for the Harry Grant stuff.
who's this?
Damien Cook.
No,
Everyone's
he's
just forgetting
good.
about him
He's good. Yeah, he's always been good. He's just I feel bad for him because he got into like he's in the weird situation where he couldn't play for Australia because of COVID and stuff. So he's gonna end his career with like not many caps for Australia, even though he should have had heaps of caps.
because he is, yeah, probably Australia's best hooker.
Yeah.
He
But
was a late bloomer as well.
yeah, he was originally a fullback at the Dragons, I believe. Like in the juniors. He was like a fullback and then just never grew. And they're like, I guess you
But he's
I guess,
jacked as well. Like he's not small.
oh yeah, actually I don't know. I think he might not I don't think he's that big.
Oh, he's quite muscular. Like he looks pretty big compared to
but
Jai Arrow.
yeah. But look, mate, if you put me in an NRL off season, I'll be jacked by the end of it as well.
Do they just work out just every day?
Yeah, I think
Or
they
is it
do.
off season they just bulk hard?
No, I think they keep it liberal before like when the season finishes to the off season. Like they keep it liberal and be like, look, it's up to you guys how you want to like. We want you to be at a good weight, but you do what you do. And then
Apparently
the off season,
they come in and first day of preseason they do tests.
yeah,
And you can get fined.
yeah, they do all the
Skin folds.
skin fold tests. Yeah, I see the Penrith Panthers one's the best one. That like Spencer Leader and like he somehow got fatter in the like somehow he got bigger and more fatter in the preseason. They're like, what the fuck? How does it even happen?
Eating. Yeah, how does that make sense?
Yeah, but I think I could hold up in a preseason though.
Just like the physical demand.
Like if they were like if like they chuck me in a preseason at the same time everyone else starts. Like it's not like I just come in halfway through and everyone's fit. Like there's a lot of people that probably don't get like Cody Walker in a preseason. I could match Cody Walker, I think.
What? So what is a preseason in your like? What do they actually do?
Like conditioning. It's all conditioning, like just getting fit.
So it's just like a 4 weeks to turn them from like piss heads into animals again.
Pretty much. Just get absolutely jacked and fit.
Yeah, I reckon I could do that. It's easy. You just work out. You just run doing a lot of sprints.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's obviously more intense than that. I think it's fucked, like really fucked. Like some of the videos you see like people like vomiting and like dizziness and stuff like because they go so hard. And at the same time,
guys do that.
And at the same time, there's stakes as well because it's like your job's on the line. Like if we went, our job's not on the line. We're just trying to get fit. Oh shit, go son.
Yeah. Oh shit. Alex Johnson's got some. Oh, Matt Tomoka's. No, don't hold it. Yeah.
Is that Savage? What's Savage on?
I don't know. They got a few injuries. Oh, go Cody. What a terrible kick.
No, great kick.
Oh,
corner, great kick.
Yeah.
Campbell's always been. I've always thought Campbell's a good team. They're just like
they just had a shit start, eh?
Their squad's good. Their squad's really. It's the same squad that made the grand final. Like, well, pretty much.
That's what I thought. Pretty much, it is. And the same coach, is good coach.
And now they got like the younger, like Horsburgh and stuff. Like they got like good young.
Horsburgh, this big red guy's good.
Yeah, Hudson Young. Hudson Young, I love Hudson Young.
He's good.
Yeah,
they had John Bateman. He had a kid when he was 15.
Yeah,
out of there.
Yeah, he did.
This is what I want to discuss. Like, the refs just have so much power in the NRL. Like we were talking about the other day, and I was talking about some of the friends. Like referees, like sending off Jadri Hargraves last night. Like they are legitimately like a player. Like they have more of an impact than half the players.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing with referees, and it's always the word consistency. I don't say consistency. I say energy. I want them to keep the same energy every game. If you're going to call these types of penalties, call these types of penalties so at least the players know. Because there's so many games and so many situations when you watch it and you're that's a soft high tackle and they called that before and now you're not going to call it. It's like, where's like, keep the same energy.
I agree.
Keep the same energy, lads. If you're going to call high tackles, call high tackle. Don't be like, oh, but like, he actually sort of bounced off the shoulder and now it hit him in the head. It's like, no, like, come on.
Or sometimes like now they've done this thing to reduce staying down where they don't, if a player gets, what a play by Campbell Graham. Is he? Oh no. Where basically, you know how in soccer, like they go down and they try to get the free kick. Like in rugby now, if someone gets hit in the face and the ref doesn't call it, the player will stay down. the ref, even it's clearly like a penalty, and they can see it on the big screen, it's a penalty. They'll say, "No, if you stay down, I'm not going to check it. I'm not going to reward you staying down." But it's like that's not how it should work. You shouldn't. That's like it's kind of the same arrogance of like, oh, if you don't think it's right, call challenge it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not going to reward you for staying down because I missed you getting hit in the head and you stayed down. I'm not going to reward you for giving you by giving you the penalty that you should have for getting hit in the head.
Yeah. And I think the issue as well with that is like
Call it. Use your eyes.
Well, you call it as well, but now because they have the independent doctor, if you try and milk it, you're fucked as well. Because then the independent doctor would be like, "Oh, he actually had a head knock, and he had to come off the field for 15 minutes." So it's like,
True.
yeah, like I did get hit in the head. I want to show you that I got hit in the head, but then it's like if I milk it too much, then I just get taken off for no reason. It's like I just got hit in the head. Like that's all. I'm not knocked out. I don't have a concussion. I just got hit in the head.
I wanted to show it.
Yeah,
and I don't think it should be frowned upon. People are like, oh, like it's like you should get up. You shouldn't be sitting down. It's like no, like if you get hit in the head, that's a penalty. Especially if your team just got penalized for doing the same thing. Fucking stay down. You shouldn't have to like explain that. So like
the ultimate pet peeve though is like the offside and when you have them pinned in their own half.
Yeah.
And they seem to call it. They call it so like. Is it this year as well? It seems like they call it so often.
It's so often. I honestly
like there's no moment. Like no team can get any good momentum.
Yeah. And you can't. It basically just means that you're waiting for a penalty. I honestly just don't think the refs are good at holding the line. Like the refs have got to be clearer with the fucking line. Like,
dude, when I used to work for the NRL, we used to do the analysis for the referees, and one of the key things we would do is like we would watch the game and you would mark out the 10 meters. So they'll walk back and let's say they go 10 meters, but it's actually 10.5. You're like, oh, he's actually going 10.5 here. He's going 11. He's going 12. He's going 9. Like you mark it out, and very, very rarely do they get it 10 meters exactly. Some refs are notorious for doing like a short line, like 9 meters. And then there's some refs that do like a 12-meter line every time. But then,
the rule that is the rule you just have to be behind the ref. Is that all?
You have to be in line with the you have to be in line with the ref. But then the issue with the people that do like the 12-meter line is that they give like sometimes like some leniency because they're like, I'll go 12 meters.
I heard about this.
So I'll go 12 meters, and then assuming that these players are going to move forward, so that they'll actually once they move forward 2 meters, then they'll be 10 meters.
I heard about that. I heard that they do that. Some refs go back 12 and say like, "Oh, you can be in front of me," but that's stupid.
Yeah, because then if you have
how's the player supposed to fucking?
That's what
know?
I mean. If you have the referee that does the 9-meter line, then you're fucked. Because then he's like, "Oh, you advanced because now you're only like 4 meters away from the play ball." It's like
I agree.
Yeah,
I
but you
noticed
gave me a
that.
short line.
Sometimes they're all in line and the ref calls it. I'm like, what are you looking at? Like I know the stereotype is that rugby league players are stupid, but they have eyes. Like if you just go back, if they just get in line with you, they will do it. Like obviously some of them are idiots. You know, Jake Travojevic loves, to get offside, more than anything.
6 again, merchant.
I'm not saying he's an idiot, but he does love a 6 again. It's very infuriating when you're betting on his team.
Yeah.
But
or when you're supporting the team.
Yeah, but it's just like I've noticed that because I have a friend who knows someone who was like in and around refereeing and says, yes, some refs do the leniency thing. It's like that's just not fair on the defense.
No, definitely not. Same with like Marcus, like hand on the ball, like all these tiki taka fouls. Then I don't know what the answer is because like they've gone back to the one ref and at some point
they need 2 refs. I think they need 2 refs.
I think they need to go back to 2 refs. So
and you know what
because it's so manipulative in the ruck.
It is. It's hard to keep track. And you know what I think they should do? They need to get the NFL 10-meter thing. So that when they do replays, like I think you should be able to challenge an offside call because that's the thing that fucks teams more than anything.
Yeah.
Like a penalty giving it out.
That's literally the one thing you can't challenge is an offside.
Exactly.
So
and it's the most.
Like, look, I'm not offside. I challenge it, mate. We're not offside. I would challenge that every time.
So I don't understand why they can't get that little line moving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, just get the what they do in the VAR, where it's just a video and they just draw a line and be like, look, none of us are offside. That's just
mad expensive.
I only know this because the infrastructure, I would assume, is pretty expensive.
It doesn't. I don't understand why it is. It's like a fucking line. You draw a line.
Oh, go son.
Oh.
Where's go son? Oh, Cook.
They're not gonna.
Cookie,
Oh, Cook's gonna
cookie.
catch him. Cook's gonna catch him.
Oh,
Can he tackle him though? Oh, what a player! See, that's what you're supposed to do when you make a saving tackle. You have to get off immediately.
yeah.
Sebastian Chris is good near the line.
And that's the thing as well. Like no reward for it. That's why Jay Travojevic just gets shafted so much because his technique is so good. Like he drops.
There's no reward for it.
He drops him straight away to the ground. It's not like he's holding up and they're holding the ball and they're resting. He's like, I'm just gonna drop you to the ground. But then the ref's like, get up now. It's like, mate, give me some leniency. I dropped him on his back.
I agree. Like you should it should be you win the ruck, but if you have a good leg tackle and they go straight, it's like they're allowed to. They poke their head through. Supposedly they can play it quickly.
Yeah. Fuck, Whiten.
Yeah.
Looks like an absolute menace with that haircut.
Yeah.
Absolute menace.
Great tackle by Cook, but that's what you're supposed to. How is that a penalty?
That's what I mean.
Marker not square. He was definitely square.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been watching the game, man. The refs some trash.
Yeah, those are trash. Do the refs get paid well?
You know what? No, well, they wouldn't get paid well enough to have no job. I think they all have side jobs. Like, I remember,
Really? See, I think they
like,
should
I remember Matt checking. He was like his full-time job was working for like Bunny, like a hardware store, like Bunnings or something. He was like the manager
You're
of Bunnings.
absolutely joking.
I know. I swear to God, he was like the manager of Bunnings or something along those lines. Like so, Monday to Friday he'll work Bunnings, and on the weekends he'll referee the game. And this is like the number one ref at the time.
How does that even happen? I think he should be.
Well,
he should have a full-time job.
I mean, one of our teachers in high school was an AFL referee.
Yeah,
So-
but he was a sideline umpire. He wasn't the guy running the entire game.
I guess, but how much do you expect them to make? What, 6 figures?
I think NRL refs, they should have how many games they have? They have
Let's say you do 20. Let's say you do 24 in the regular season, and let's say you're one of the better refs, and you get to ref some of the postseason stuff. Let's say you get to ref some of the international. Let's say the 30 games, 30 weeks you're working, 30 games. I think they had to do training. They had to do preseason. Like they had to do all this shit as well.
Yeah, I think it should be a full-time thing. I think it should be like a job people want. I think you pay 9 guys, you have 1 reserve, 9 or 10 guys, 120 grand a year, and their job is Monday to Friday. They come in, they game plan, they discuss. Because that's the thing. If they have full-time jobs, the refs aren't communicating. They're not saying, "Hey, by the way, I caught a lot of penalties this game because I saw this. What do you guys think? Do you think we stick with this?" They're just doing their own thing.
I think they do. I think they. If I remember correctly, I think they do have those types of meetings where they look back at the game, like they look at the stats, and like they're cluey. But I do agree, like if you do have other priorities, like you're like this is not. If this is your side hustle, you're obviously not going to care about it as much as your real job.
100%. So I think they should be like based in Sydney. They should be in an office 4 days a week. And then the other day they go out and they do their game. It should be a full-time job. They should get paid well for it, but it should be serious. And there needs to be communication across the refs. I think that would fix it.
That whole thing is just like you just reduce the amount of refs and make them do more work.
I think that's better. That's fine.
But do you really need one ref a game?
I don't think so.
You know what I mean?
Or
you just have rotated, like you're gonna work Friday, like you do Friday and Sunday, and then you know what I mean, or like you do Saturday and Sunday, like you do like because they only ref one game. That's it, one game. Surely they can ref 2 games in a weekend.
I think they should.
Especially if it's
if
in
they
Sydney.
can't, they should just get fitter. That's their job.
Yeah,
I think that would be a good idea. And then also because then like you'd have more consistency. You'd cut out if every ref did 2 games instead of 1, you'd half the inconsistencies because it'd be the same ref.
But then we're not accounting for the politics either. There's probably some mad politics going on where it's like you're calling too many penalties. Like we need you to like the NRL like boss is like, look, we need you to come on, just speed up the game a bit.
Oh, it's like even if one team is fucking.
Or maybe Uncle Nick sort of slid in a couple bad gambling bets, and he was to the referee to like, you know what, maybe the Roosters, maybe the boss is like, maybe we need the Roosters in the finals this year. It'd be a bit bad if the Melbourne Storm are in the finals. It wouldn't be great for the comp.
Yeah, that's true. That's why people always say that, like, oh, sports corrupt. It's like it's hard to say no because it's like it's so clearly like easily to manipulate, especially rugby league.
And
The NBA, I was saying it. I've noticed hard, dude. Like whoever's down gets all the calls in the NBA playoffs right now. Yeah. If it's ever like 20-10, the other team will just magically get like sent to the line the next 3 trips, and it'll be like 20-16.
Dude, that's probably the ultimate one where the referees have the most control. Think of that someone like James Harden.
NBA?
James Harden literally averaged like 30 and 10. They changed the rules. The guy can't even score anymore. He literally cannot score.
Which is good because he was kind of ruining the game.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how much control the refs have. They made a guy from a superstar to like a guy that can't even play. Like, they don't even think he's going to get a max contract, James Harden.
Someone will give it to him though. Oh, but he's thinking it up so much, that like,
dude, 12 and 10. The guy had 2 shots in the with a game 7 or something, game 6 against the Heat.
He's scored no points in the last 3 fourth quarters, I think.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I saw like the highest paid players in the NBA. It's something cooked. It's like Steph, Bron,
makes sense.
And it's like Harden, Westbrook, and Wall. It's like John Wall. Is he still on that mega
he's on that
Washington contract?
Yeah, he's like the new Gilbert Arenas. He's got that fucking big coin.
Pretty much.
Big coin in Houston.
And they don't want to play him because they want to trade him. They want his like, I don't understand. Who's going to trade for him?
Yeah, they don't want to play him because I think he's too good that they would have ruined their draft position. But it's hard to trade because it's like he's not playing either. So you're like, how am I to know he's good? How is
that allowed? Isn't that clear tanking? Isn't that like obvious tanking? I thought the NBA ruled like.
Well, it's not. It's not if the doctors can claim that he's not ready. That's what I mean. Like, that's like the manipulation.
Oh, like if the coach doesn't want him in the team because he doesn't see him fitting in his team or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. You said it often in the NRL. You said it often in the NRL. It's like someone would get like injured and suspended at the same time. So it's like, oh, he's suspended for 2 weeks so that they lose all their carryover points. So they go nil. So like, when you go to judiciary and they're like, oh, yeah, like, you got a 2 instead of a 1 week charge, you get a 2 week charge because you got carryover points.
Yeah,
like they were often like time it somehow. They'll time it right, where it's like the player will be in. So let's say like Tommy Turbo's injured.
Yeah,
but let's say he had he got a suspension as well. Oh, shit, savage.
Fuck.
Great try.
Damn, that's a hell of a try.
Great try. But yeah, like they'll get injured and then, but they'll have they'll make a suspension for him so that he loses his points and cops the suspension while he's injured.
How do they do that?
Like, let's say it's like a silly play. Let's say you do a silly high tackle, and instead of being like it's a grade 1, we're like, you know what? We'll do it a grade 2, and you can take it, but because you're injured, it doesn't matter. Like, you're not going to play.
Oh, you reckon the NRL would do that?
100%. 100%.
That's smart, yeah. Because you sell more tickets if Turbo plays. More people watch.
Like, I forgot who it was, but they did it during Origin one time, where it's like he got injured early, but he'll come back for Origin. It was something, I forgot who it was, but yeah.
So they got rid of all his carryover points so we'd have less risk of missing Origin.
Exactly.
Yeah, the issue's weird. The NRL.
Sneaky.
The fines are big as well now. I don't know how I feel about fining players for like a high tackle.
Yeah, I think Ola Kawatu got fined $3,000 for a crush attack. I'm like, the fuck?
Because now it's like players are gonna like play less hard because they just don't want to get fined.
But it's unfair though, because it's like it's not status on what your contract is either. So like you could be I could be like a guy that's on $50K minimum wage that just debuted this season, and let's say Cooler gave away a crusher tackle. $3,000 is probably like
a lot of money to him.
Yeah, that could be like 3 to 5% of his income after tax.
Yeah.
Opposed to someone like Tedesco, where it's like not even 1%.
Yeah, that should definitely be indexed to their salary if they are going to do it. But I just don't like it in general. Like, I don't mind if it's like swearing at a ref, you get a fine. But like, oh, you shoulder charge that guy. That's a 5K fine. It's like, I don't want that. Like, that's a bit too far now.
Yeah, fuck, that's a great try by Savage. No.
Yeah, he's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, he was meant to be like the OG cooler.
Ah, did he come from Union?
No, he's league, but I'm pretty sure he was Queensland like 100 meters champion.
Oh, 'cause he's quite a big boy as well. Like, if he was fast, it'd be pretty scary.
Mm.
What happened to Chancellor Clockstar? Wasn't he supposed to be a gun?
Well, who was starting fullback? I don't know what happened to him. He was actually playing
He got
fullback.
injured.
Yeah, so
He got injured. But I heard the year that I was away, they made the grand final and he was a weapon.
Cocked that. Yeah, he was probably he was like you know who he reminds me of now. He was like the original Will Kennedy, like a guy that's unassuming, but just gets through a bunch of work and has like a bit of finesse on like the sweep plays.
Okay.
He's like what Will Kennedy is now, basically. But I think he had a couple of injuries and yeah, he had
like a neck strain or something, a back strain.
Yeah, it has some shitty goes at the moment. Oh, poor tackle by Savage. Savage, poor tackle.
Oh yeah.
Gee, that's a terrible tackle by Savage.
Let's see it.
Just like it just slid off him and like gave no contact.
Yeah, Alex Johnson isn't exactly a battering.
Yeah, like watch Savage. I think he's like number 16. He comes to the cover. He should tackle him easily. Gee, just good ust.
Oh, he went too high.
But he's like on the sideline as well. Like you could have. Yeah, you got to make that. You got to make that.
It's something I've noticed in like footy. It's like just in everything. Like whoever goes harder for it always comes off best. Like if you go for a high ball, whoever really goes for it, or just in like a header in soccer, whoever really goes for it is never the one who gets hurt. It's always the guy who like is kind of going for it. Like a great example would be like, and it's a terrible thing to bring up, but there's an Anthony Albanese sign. When David Luiz basically fractured Jimenez's skull. I think it was because Luiz was like going hard for it. Or like, if you go for a high ball, if you like specky someone, the specky always comes off better than the specky e. Like, if you just go hard, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's like the player that runs hard at the guy that's tackling. Like if you're not going hard in the tackle, you're probably gonna get hurt because you're gonna get run over. And then probably vice versa. If the guy's gonna tackle you hard and you're running soft, you're gonna get pumped.
That's when you get fucked.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, it's all about hard work, in sport.
But it's like that inverse. It's like you don't want to go in hard because you're worried you'll get hurt, but you're actually more likely to get hurt if you don't go in hard.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that, like prophecy. Well, it's like that prophecy. It's like whenever you're like worrying about something, instead of just worrying about it, if you just do it, you're more likely to. Whereas if you do it whilst you're worrying about it, your worry always ends up coming true.
Yeah, you got to have like a bit of a that's why you like on teams you need someone with a bit of a screw loose that's just gonna fucking commit. Like it doesn't matter. If there's a loose ball, like you need like a Marcus Smart, an Alvarado, like just the dirty plays. They just get fucking commit.
Tav got absolutely hammered.
Oh shit, my thing's lagging. Taff, he's a small lad. Fuck.
He got hammered and he did not enjoy that. And Rapana was all over him. Fuck, it was a fair tackle.
Where's South Sydney now? Is Manly still behind South Sydney? Surely. Probably, actually.
Bro, Taff got absolutely crunched and Rapana really laid into him when he got him on the ground. Rapana doesn't give a fuck.
Rapana's a dirty dog.
He's a dirty dog.
He's like a Luai, where it's just like he is fucking grimy. Luai, Morgan Harper, they're all just grimy lads.
If he has a chance to bury you, he's going to.
But he's good though, Rapana. He's so good.
Look, it's rugby league. Like it's not cool not to try. Like he's going hard. I wonder where Taft's position's going to be because I think he needs to play in the halves. He's not tough enough. He's not hard enough.
It's actually ironic because his teammate Nicarima is literally him. Nicarima is like the original Blake Taft, like a guy just like he just could never even when Nicarima played in the half, it's like he's not really a half. like Nicarima is like not big enough to play hooker, and he doesn't really want to play hooker. He can play fullback, but he's not big enough to play fullback. It's like you're just there, man.
He's got the skills. I just worry with Blake Taft because I see him miss out on a lot of 50-50 balls. A lot of 50-50 balls where if he went hard, he'd get it. He often doesn't get them. I don't know why that is.
Man, I think it might just be size.
Maybe. But a lot of them were effort related.
Yeah, size is yeah. It's all about size.
There's one
man.
with yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because he's really good, but I do notice he gets really dominated.
Oh, he can get ragdolled every once in a while.
But it's not just size. Like he's not that much smaller than Damien Cook, and Damien Cook doesn't take a fucking backward step.
Yeah, but to be fair, if Damien Cook was catching the ball on the full and he's running it back on a kick return, he would probably get pumped.
True.
Like that, it's a perfect opportunity to get pumped as a kick return.
It is. Oh, it's fucked. He deserves respect for doing it in the first place.
That's why I never thought
he's a good player though. Like it's interesting.
That's why I never thought like when I was playing rugby, I never wanted to play fullback. I thought fullback was the worst position to play.
The worst position.
I was like, man, it's the shittest position. But everyone wants to play fullback. Like no one wants to play like or maybe like fullback, like halfback, maybe. But halfback you need a bit of like the casual guys. Like let's say you just play like a casual game. Someone would want like they all want to play fullback. Like man, fullback's a shit position.
I agree. You hit it up off the kick. It sucks.
You're basically like a goal. You're like a goalkeeper. Like yeah, like
I guess in attack it's better.
If you drop the ball, like everyone blames you. You're the last line of defense. It's like it's just shit. Defensively, it's shit.
Yeah, also boring. I'd rather be in the line actually defending.
Yeah, you want to get into the action.
Speaking of that, like, what did you think last night of all those like older dudes who have games Saturday night, 7 p.m.?
Oh yeah, we should talk about that. Yeah, we went to watch one of our mates play. I guess like in England they'll call it Sunday League, just like a casual men's general comp, whatever you want to call it, amateur comp. And
like, Sunday League basically.
Yeah, but like obviously he's playing like in the probably under 25s or whatever you want to call it. And on the other side is like a group of over 40s, I would say. Is that reasonable? Over 40s, maybe?
The one on the other side was like over 60s. The one after was
no, it can't be 60, man. There was like young kids.
The one on the other side? No. The one on the other side
some young
like
kids.
Granddads. Yeah, probably their grandchildren.
60.
No lie, they were granddads.
Is that worth it, boss? We were talking about it like yesterday. Is it really worth it playing? When is it a point that you just stop playing sport? Like I played rugby last year. And I'm not playing rugby this year because I just found that like there's no reason. Like, what am I getting out of it now?
For a sport like rugby,
besides the night
after high school, unless like you just love it and all your mates play and you're like playing a high level and it's like kind of competitive. There's rugby; it's just way too much of a pain on your body to do. Soccer is fun; it's good fitness. But again, like. I think you can keep playing soccer. I think soccer's good, but at 40, like maybe.
That's what I mean. Like if you if you get 2-footed and you have to walk, you have to limp into work into the office. Like what are you
exactly?
What are we gaining here, boss?
I think what I do is a perfect balance, like where it's like no slide tackles. They try to limit the physicality. It's about skill and like actual playing football. That's good because like if you're like a 40-year-old and you actually are good at football, you can come. You don't have to worry about getting like 2-footed by some like uncoordinated 20-year-old, which is good. But I think playing full-on contact, if you're 40, like that's tough. Or Rapana's in another one.
Yeah, he just fucking animal. Matangi has not been looking good this game at all. I'm not confident for his origin chances at all. Matangi has been getting exposed. And Campbell Graham as well. This is not looking good for the origin.
Campbell Graham hasn't been great.
Especially how Crichton played yesterday.
If Stephen Crichton isn't in the team, it's just like...
I think he has to.
He has to. He's so good. Oh, he's so good. And he's been so good for so long. I feel like he's like a victim of success. Like
he's been in the setup though. Like I think he was 19th man, maybe like not last year, but 2 years ago. Like he's been in the group.
Then he'll definitely be in.
Same as that's why they say him and Graham because Graham last year was like 18th man. So like he's around. He's been around.
Would you rather Graham or Katoni Staggs?
Well, man, I love Katoni. We know what type of work he gets up to, on and off the field.
He does the job.
We know he commits Off the field, most definitely. He commits. He plays any role.
And
He'll put his mouth where some people won't put,
he's got explosive ability.
Yeah.
What kind of explosion? I don't know. But I think Katoni, I would prefer Katoni than Campbell Graham. But the Campbell Graham is excellent. I think Tony Staggs offers a bit more. I think Katoni is not a better defender in general, but a big play coming, like, say, like, they're on the right-hand side of New South Wales and it's Queensland got the ball. They have an overlap and, like, I don't know, like Kurt Capel is charging down and there's like an overlap. Who do I think is going to stop it? Katoni or Campbell Graham? Even though I think Campbell Graham overall is a better defender, I think Katoni's, prefer him be the one who has to stop him.
Yeah.
And I think one big tackle, game on the line, Katoni's more likely to come out with it.
I think
stronger.
he can do it. He can do a big play. And I think with the New South Wales team as well, you need terrible pass, not Colin Matangi. You need like sometimes you just need to. You need like a game breaker. You just need a hedge on a game breaker sometimes. And we are
losing Latrell and Turbo.
That's when I look at it as like, if Luai gets the ball and he flings it to Graham and it's 1-on-1, it's Graham getting past Gagai or Valentine Holmes. Probably like he'll make a half break, he might get an offload, but Katoni could literally just make a line break. Just run
him over, yeah.
And then like I guess Crichton doesn't really do that, but he's got more like because he's. I think
Crichton's good.
Yeah,
he does everything.
Yeah, he is. Good looking guy as well. Fair play. There's a physical.
I don't think he was in the NRL top 10. The list.
Physical. This what list?
He's a specimen. There's a list. We found it at work.
Now I gotta find this list.
It's like, yeah, you can search it. It's like an Instagram post.
But is it mainstream though? Like, did they just pick the big dogs?
No.
Or is it fair? Is it fair and reasonable? I want fair and reasonable.
It's pretty reasonable.
Okay, here we go. Joey Manu, number 10. Respects. Ruben Garrick, respects. Number 9. Oh, he's looking thick there, Jesus. Pappenhausen, I don't understand the Pappenhausen hype. No offense, really? I don't understand the hype.
You don't think he's a good-looking guy?
He's not ugly, but top 10 in the NRL? Top 10?
Oh, I see it.
Okay, let me keep going. Connor Watson.
Very white,
Connor Watson, of course. Connor Watson, of course. Jordan Ricky, of course. Dylan Brown.
I respect that.
I respect it. Jordan, is he ahead of Jordan Ricky and Connor Watson? Probably not. I wouldn't say he's in the top 5. Nico Hines. Right. Nico Hines, he speaks for himself. Reece Walsh, he speaks for himself. Cameron Murray, he speaks for himself. And Caleb Pong, I think Caleb Pong, he does speak.
So no crying anywhere near that.
Is he number 1? Is he number 1? Ponga?
I don't know.
Nico?
I saw him in person. Looks like a good-looking guy. Can't say a bad word.
I don't know. Number 1, Kalen Ponga. I get he does have everything though. Like he's like a big name and he's good looking.
Yeah. Oh, so like I feel like the backs have an advantage in that. Like how many forwards were in that list? 2? Cam Murray and Jordan Ricky.
Yeah, Jordan Ricky. Yeah,
tough.
And then
it's just because the forwards have to be a bit chunky. So like obviously it means that their faces are a bit chunky as well.
Yeah. True. No, that's true. Let me find some other articles. Let's see. Because there's definitely
some great search history after this.
Yeah.
Fuck, these guys got rolled.
Yeah, what do you think about the Rabbitohs, dude? I think
they suck. Yeah, they suck.
They're off, mate. That's why I'm so disappointed. Manly lost to them when we got fucking that send off. We would have smacked them if we didn't get if Lawson against.
I agree. They're just not good.
Mm.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever wanted to go like rock climbing or any of that shit? Apparently that's like I've got to use my my discovery voucher, so I got to use that on like rock climbing ASAP. I was gonna do that. Maybe I'll do it next week. But
Say rock,
they
like what do like
expire.
what do you mean like going to the
Yeah, I saw one of my
national
friends.
park and
No,
rock
no, no,
climbing?
no, 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 no. Just like indoor. It looks like basically doing like pull-ups, but like on roids. I might try it out. I'm not gonna buy any of the
Oh
gear and shit, but like it looks like good exercise. I feel it'd be good exercise.
yeah,
And I have to use my vouchers.
I could yeah, I guess I could see that. I don't know. I did it in high school actually. Like it was one of the sport options. I've done it in high school. It's there's only so many variations you can do of climbing a wall. Let's be honest. There's only so many
That's true.
variations.
People like they get really into it. Like, what do they do? Like, do they just climb
No,
the same wall and
no,
try to
I
time it?
think that's when you get start doing like the free hanging and stuff. Like you know when you do like the like more like is it bouldering? I think there's like rock climbing and
What
there's
is
bouldering.
bouldering?
I think
Because
it's
I
more
know
like
rock.
I think
Is
it's like
bouldering
free.
just going round boulders?
I don't know. I don't know actually. Let me. I think we should give it the justice it deserves and actually look it up. But I think bouldering and rock, like bouldering, I think is a more advanced rock climb.
Okay, I thought rock climbing was number one. All I know is a free outside. That's
Here we
crazy.
go.
Because how
Here
do
we
you
go.
secure the harness?
The biggest difference between rock climbing and bouldering is the way that they are executed and protected. Rock climbing is done with a rope and protective gear, while bouldering only requires. Yeah, that's what I mean. So you're literally hanging off. So you know, like
Ah,
rock climbing, you have like a guy, you're in the harness, and then like you climb up, and then you get abseil down. Bouldering's like you're literally just gripping onto the rocks, and you start like
that's absolutely
you
fucked.
start like at a stationary position. So I think, and it's like a lot of free hanging. Like it's a lot more. Obviously, it's a lot more physically demanding. I could never do that.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely cooked. That's cooked.
But why would you? Yeah, why'd you bring it up? Are you trying to get into rock climbing now?
No, I just thought I saw something and I was like, oh, it looks like a good workout.
Oh
And I
yeah, I
guess
agree.
people who can do that are all like really fit because like it's like calisthenics on roids.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it is. Do you think you
So
could?
I
Do you
might
think
try.
do you think it's just all natural when it gets to calisthenics? Is there like a
What do you
nat?
mean?
Is it all like talent calisthenics?
It's all hard work because it's all strength and flexibility.
But I feel like there's people that would like don't train that can do it. You know what I mean? Like there's people that can naturally do it quite
Yeah,
easily.
people who are really athletic. Yeah, I agree. Like if you're a naturally really athletic person, 100%.
Yeah,
But like
I guess that's anything though.
you have to be, yeah, you have to be. It's like saying like, oh, he's good at rugby. Yeah, he's naturally 6'5" and built. Like, you know.
But no, but there is skill to the like. It's a sport that like calisthenics really is just all pure athleticism.
No, there's also like
There's technique, but like if you're trying
there's
to
a lot of
if you're
technique to
trying to
go.
do what do you call when you do
A muscle up.
muscle up? There's
Oh
people that
yeah, but a muscle up's really simple.
yeah, but I guess yeah, I guess yeah, true. I guess some people like are naturally like a guy that doesn't train can't do like those walking moves, whatever you call it. You know when they do the stepping when they're like
Oh, that one.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
I don't know what
obviously
that's called.
no, but I was thinking like the ones where they like do flips and shit. Haven't you seen that? People straight like swing themselves around and then like do like a somersault and then catch it again, do a muscle up and then like
Oh, that's
that
more
shit.
like gymnastics.
Obviously,
Yeah, that's like gymnastics. So
basically, yeah. I think gymnastics is really bad to not really bad. But it's not great to get your kids into because it stunts your growth. Because I think it's a lot
they
of
all do.
shock on the spine.
They all are very short.
It's not a coincidence. It's like, yeah. Because think about it, as a kid, like when you're growing and your spine's like developing, you're just constantly compressing it by jumping and landing and landing and landing and falling and just like
Yeah.
it's not great.
Yeah, actually, yeah. When you think about it, it's yeah, fuck.
And
I
kids do it
guess
from such a young age as well. Like it's not like playing basketball compresses your spine. Like oh, it does the probably does the opposite. But like by the time you really start doing shit in basketball, you're probably developed.
actually is it though, or the people that are good at the people that excel at gymnastics are just shorter people because of the lower center of gravity.
It's I think that's definitely part of it, but it's a bit of both. Oh, Sebastian Chris has braces. He plays with braces and he doesn't even I don't even know if he wears a mouth guard.
Is that your hero now, Sebastian Chris?
Basically.
Dude, a lot of NRL players don't wear mouth guards.
Yeah, that's cooked. I don't understand how they do that.
I think I like a lot of the spine players don't say because it's easier for them to talk.
Yeah. I can see that.
But then I see like,
But you can talk with your mouth guard in. You can
oh yeah,
still
yeah, of course,
communicate.
yeah, no, of course. But then when has mascots always been big in basketball? When did they start wearing mascots in basketball? Or because of Steph
For a while,
Curry?
I think.
God, I think that's
I think he made
I
it
think that's a
big. But
pussy
LeBron
move.
wears one. LeBron wears one
Why?
because you get elbowed in the face.
Do you though? Do you really get elbowed in the face?
Yeah,
How much contact's really on the head to condone wearing a mouth guard the whole game?
bro. Just like wearing a mouth guard, the cost is like it basically doesn't hurt at all, and it saves you from potentially getting your teeth fucked up. It's like it's a pretty good deal, if you ask me.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just like it's like I don't see the like because then it's like one of like soccer players should start wearing like anyone should start playing wearing mascots if you play sport because there's a chance of getting hit in the head. Like surely
Yeah,
like
I mean,
surely playing soccer.
I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, but I think you're a pussy.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Some people, it's weird. Like one of the best rugby players we knew at high school, he always played with headgear, and he was a gun. But like, I remember his sister once came to a game and was like, "Yeah, he's not the same. He's not playing the same today because he doesn't have his headgear. It's like a really big thing for him." But like when he has his headgear on, he's like the most fearless, like an animal.
Oh, that
And
was
when he
me.
doesn't,
I
he's a
was,
bit.
yeah, I was the headgear operator.
You didn't have
Yeah.
headgear?
Huh?
Oh, you did. You did have headgear.
Yeah, I always wore headgear. I was the headgear operator.
Exactly. So it's like
And
sometimes it's not even
it does give you extra confidence. I do agree.
exactly. It makes you more comfortable. I think it was what I'm going for. Like, imagine LeBron driving to the basket. People are flailing their arms at you. Like, if it just makes you feel more comfortable, then yeah, do it,
Is that the same for like a shooting sleeve then, or is that just for style?
bro. What do shooting sleeves do?
I don't know. But a lot of people wear it. Like they wear it in the cricket, don't they? I see a lot of cricketers wear like those sleeves.
No, they're just long sleeve compressions. Just to keep you
No,
warm.
no, I see some of the like the Indian team. They wear like the like a lot. Like it's not like a long sleeve shirt. They're wearing like like an arm sleeve on both arms, like bomber and stuff.
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Yeah, I had to call Jasper. Let him know.
You'd have to reach out.
Reach out.
But I honestly don't know.
But yeah, yeah. Oh, who invented the shooting sleeve as well? It just came out of nowhere. Like he came. I'll say
it's been around for a while.
no, in you, but I don't think anyone like LeBron didn't go into the league start like wearing one. Neither did Melo. Like it's did AI have
Kobe always
one?
wore one. Kobe wore one.
But is that did AI bring it in? I know AI wore it.
I don't know. Didn't a guy at our high school wear one for the final? And he
Yeah,
went like
yeah,
apparently he went 0 for 9 for 3.
yeah.
And everyone was like, oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a delicate thing though, like being like playing sport and having good gear, but not too good gear sometimes.
So you look like an idiot. Yeah,
you don't want
is.
you don't want to be like the guy with like the bright yellow boots and you're wearing like all you're like taped up and everything. You're just a shit player.
Mm.
But you don't want to be like a raggedy player either. Like you want to have a bit of swag on the field. Let's
I wore a skin shirt once to the school because we had the game on because it was cold and because like they genuinely did make, I don't know, it makes you feel a bit more comfortable. You go into contact and it's kind of did make me feel a bit more comfortable. It just made it nicer, the contact, and didn't hurt as much.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a mental thing. And I remember I got ridiculed at it so hard in school, even though it made me feel better. I didn't wear it for the games because I was like, fuck it.
Did you
wear nature's way.
Did you wear like the skin? Did you wear the skins because of like the functionality or because of the look? Because I'll be honest, I started wearing skin like
Functionality.
when NRL started
the
playing,
legs, the look.
the look. It was always the look. Like when you see like the NRL players and they have like they wear the footy shorts and they have the skins just sort of creep up over. That was a look. I was like, man, that looks sick.
It is, and it does help a bit. Like,
oh, I think it helped
like
a lot. I honestly think it helped a lot.
it really just helped for the comfortability though. I don't know if it helped your performance, but like if a stray stud like grazed your leg, if you had the skins, it would help.
And I feel like just wearing tighter clothes. It's like being like a track athlete. Like you're wearing tighter clothes. You just feel like it's like you're more like, I guess, compressed technically. Like you just feel more, yeah, let's go. Opposed if you're just wearing baggy shit.
Yeah.
Like if you feel like if you're tight, maybe that's why they wear the shooting sleeve. You feel like you're locked in. So like when you shoot, like maybe like mentally you think you're more, your form is more locked in. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, it's just like for the same reason, like soccer players wear like a gazillion pounds of hair gel in their hair before a game because they look good. They feel good. If they go out there and like your hair, you having a bad hair day and it looks all terrible, and you know you're on TV, and every time you get the ball, you're like, oh fuck, whatever. Like it can't be good. Whereas like Ronaldo, he goes out there, he knows his hair is inch perfect. He's like, oh, I feel good.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
comfortable.
Oh, if I was playing, I would have to make sure I'm fresh all the time. I'll make sure like, I'll put
100%.
product in my hair. I'm not just gonna rock up like I came out of bed. Like I'm making sure I have good hair.
I tried our friend's trick though today. Apparently, you don't put hair gel in when your hair's dry. You put it in when it's drying,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then it sets.
You're meant to have when it's like damp.
Yeah, and then from there it kind of sets. You can do whatever you want with your hair.
Yeah,
I
you
had
know
never
that.
known
Have you
that.
always just been going in dry? No, you haven't lubed up your
I
hair.
either don't use product or I often use putty now, so that's like a bit different. So that I think your hair needs to be dry and you put that in. But for gel, I always thought it was supposed to be dry, and I was like, why is it so weird? Now it
Yeah.
makes sense. This is amazing invention gel.
Yeah,
My hair
because
is
because
exactly
of
where
what?
it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
because it's like when you wet your hair, you
It
reset your hair.
emulsifies.
Well, you reset it first off, and then you can like change it to what you like. Especially our hair as well, because it's very like coarse. Like it go whatever direction it goes in, it just stays in that direction.
Oh yeah, like I can't. My hair, if it wants to go to the right one day, like the edge, the part, there's no negotiating.
Unless you
It's
wet your
going
hair,
there.
yeah. Unless you take a shower or something.
And put gel in it. Fuck. Well, look at me learning new things every single fucking day.
Yeah. If anything, that's quite a rookie move that you would go in dry.
Well, I never.
Dry. Is there anything good? Is there anything in life where it's good to go in dry? I think that should just be a life lesson for people.
3-day-old chicken. Who doesn't like it dry?
You need that moist chicken.
I guess it comes back to the fact that, like, yeah, like when I had the same thing with hair gel as I did with kids wearing too much like gear at sports. I was like, oh, you wear hair gel? You're trying too hard.
Oh, yeah,
like,
no,
now
in high school,
like, no, hair gel's $1 billion industry.
In high school, I never wanted to wear hair gel because I thought you look like a bit of a try hard. Like, oh, who are you trying to impress, man? It's a boys' school. And you never wanted to look too, I agree.
You know what I will say though, like with hair is like, obviously, if you have like perfect hair, it looks better, but it's also easier to maintain. Like when I was in high school and I had like a 3-4 head where like I had like a hairline was down there and like it was so thick that like I couldn't even like wear hats. Like it would push. I couldn't even like, it was so unbearably thick. Like you didn't have to do anything and it would look good. Whereas now, like I've still got good hair, but it's not the same. I actually have to like in the morning, some mornings I can go out the door, nothing in, it looks fine. But often I actually have to like spend 5 minutes in the morning and make it good. And it's like the worse it gets over the years, as it probably will, just means the more time. It's like, it's kind of a double whammy. It's like you don't get anything. If your hair gets worse, just life, it just sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess going back to the high school, I did not care about my appearance at all. Like, if my shirt wasn't ironed, I wouldn't care. Now it's like if I go to work, my shirt's not ironed, I'm quite pissed. Like I need to have an iron shirt. I need to iron.
That's the type of thing that makes you feel insecure.
Yeah, it's like if I don't have an iron shirt,
around like
they think you're a mess. You walk up like, well, what happened to your shirt, mate? It's all crinkly. Like, oh God, I know. Fuck, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Same with your hair. Polish your shoes. Your tie. I don't wear a tie, but like when remember when we used to go high school, like
you just wrap that shit around your neck.
Wrap, like you never like you do your tie probably the first day of the year, and then you never undid it. You always just sort of pulled it back so that you could just release it over your neck, and you get like the smallest Windsor knot. Like,
yeah, can you tie a tie? A lot of guys can't.
I don't think. Honestly, I think. No, I
Bro,
could
there's
tie.
30 people at this Titans game.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, dude. Gold Coast as well, dude. Always shit happening there. Like some guy got stabbed. There was like a bashing. Like I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, really?
Man? Yeah, it's fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Always on the news, like on my YouTube homepage, it's like 7 News Gold Coast, another stabbing. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, Jesus, that is not good.
Like I think we might have talked about how good Gold Coast was like last episode, and I started seeing all these news stories. I'm like, well,
maybe it's probably not randos getting stabbed.
No, it's not randos, but I think don't really want to. I don't want to be part of a community that's where stabbing's quite
Got a lot
frequent.
of stabbings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't really.
stabbings are good to avoid if you can.
Or is that because we're just grateful that we live we live in a part of the world where it's not really many stabbings?
No, mate, stabbings are not great. If you can avoid being around stabbings, I suggest it.
Yeah. No, of course. I don't think I want to be circulating in the stabbing scene. I would not want to be a part of that scene. Or Talify, he looks like he's trying to prove a point.
Royce Hunt's good. The big bopper. It's raining now. This is going to be probably the better game than the last game. Last game was kind of a bit weird.
Yeah, it was just, they just took over Canberra. Nico.
Big Dick Nico.
I think he keeps it humble.
You reckon he's a nice guy?
I think he's a humble lad.
He does seem like a nice guy. He's quite young, though. He seems old.
He's our age.
Yeah, but he seems like he's 30. He looks like he's 30.
Jeez,
I know the way he is.
That's tough. Oh, he looks older than us. Like if we were next to him.
Yeah. Like think about him compared to like Lachlan Ilias. How different they look.
Okay, but Lachlan Ilias is like 20.
I guess.
Who's like 24 as well? Well, he played with Turbo. Him and Turbo look the same.
Victor Radley seems so much younger than Nico Hines.
Yeah.
Just in look, everything.
Well, what about Cameron Murray? I think he's the same age as Cameron Murray.
Cameron Murray seems younger. Cameron Murray still seems like a young guy. Like Nico Hines, he gives me full on dad vibes.
Oh, I don't get that, but I get like late 20s, like a single late 20s guy. I can agree
with that.
I could get that. I could get behind that. Yeah.
Whereas like Cam Murray just strikes me as an absolute like child, like us.
Yeah, if I saw Cameron Murray at uni, I wouldn't like.
I'd be surprised. If I saw Nico Hines at uni, I'd be like, what the fuck?
I mean, besides him looking like a beachy guy that doesn't care about education. Probably no, he does. He just looks like it.
He looks like it.
When you look that hot, you're like, yeah. You go a long way.
You don't have to worry about anything. It probably adds to the appeal. Come on, Talakai.
Oh, yeah, he would clean up at a university.
Oh yeah. Big Nico. Should we wrap this up? I'm happy to keep watching, but I just gotta get something to eat.
Yeah, I gotta do some stuff. We'll close here. We're just sort of creeping into this Cronulla Gold Coast game. Looks actually a bit interesting. We'll go into it.
Even nice, the Sharks can bounce back.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hopefully there's something a bit saucy. But yeah, no, we're end the potty here. Do you have any advice this time, David? I know last week I let you.
I do.
I let you marinate on your thoughts and give some wisdom.
I do. If you're at the pokies, big thing. I've noticed the wording between some of my friends. So some friends go and they say, we'll go in there for 20 minutes. Some friends will say, we'll go in there with $20. Go in there for a time with a limit of money. Because some friends I've seen will win money and then just play until they lose it. It's like they want to lose it. So go in there. Don't just set a time limit, a money limit, but a time limit. Okay, if I get to 20 minutes, no matter what I have, I disagree the incessant need to see $0 left on the screen, I don't understand.
You always go money. If you go time limit, then you expose yourself to losing more money. You're like, oh well.
No, I'm saying you should go with both.
Oh yeah, obviously that's the ultimate plan. But if you're drunk and you're feeling yourself, I think you stay with money. Be like, I'll commit. You be ready to accept what you're gonna lose,
and then hoping that maybe you get a big jackpot.
Yeah. Well, that's the dream, isn't it? One day. It is
pretty cool. Like the chance to win like a 10 grand is, I guess, like Pete. That's what people kind of live for.
I look at it more like when I play. And I don't really play. I've only played like probably twice this year. Once when I was in Melbourne, and then like yesterday. The only reason I play is one, because it's a bit of fun, but two, I think that if I could just make my money back from the night, then I just had a free night out. That's how I look at it.
Or you can double the cost of your night.
I could, but then, yeah, okay, it's just a yin and the yang, David. Yes, okay, we get it. Yin and the yang, positive, negatives, heaven and hell. Okay, yes. I look at the glass half empty. That's why I look at it.
Half full, you mean? I'm looking at half empty.
Half full, yeah, whatever the term is. Well,
who Nico?
Actually, let's just play that because it's an attacking move. Let's play.
Yeah.
Nico with the ball.
And if a guy doesn't have KO, I think that's a real red flag for chicks. If you're dating a guy who doesn't have KO, he's a serial
Oh,
killer.
dude, that's a good one. I think if you're a chick and you're dating a guy that doesn't like sports, be very concerned.
That's weird. I do think it's
Very
slightly weird.
concerned.
It is weird.
Doesn't matter
Like, what
what
does he
sport.
do with his
Doesn't
all
matter
time?
what sport. If he's like into surfing, that's cool. If he's into like baseball, that's cool. Just something. If he's not into anything sport related,
What does he do?
it's
All
concerning.
games. I'll take gaming. That's okay. But if he's not into either of them, it's like, oh,
I guess what else could you be into as a guy?
exactly.
If you're not into sport or you're not into gaming, like what are you really into?
Carcasses.
Cooking? I guess you could be into cooking, and that's probably advantageous for the ladies.
That is good.
Yeah, maybe that's the way. Maybe the ladies look for someone that can cook. Because I can cook.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying I can cook quite well, if not actually very well. So, is what it is.
I don't know about that, mate.
I
But look,
can
hey,
cook.
who am I
I
to
can
say? We'll let the ladies decide.
Yeah, let the ladies decide. All right, we'll end it here. It looks like a 40-20. No, it wasn't. All right, we'll end it here. Peace.
Peace.